All right, ladies, forgive me for advance for my super non-high-tech, not super professional video of our compensation plan. I don't know how to do screen share yet. And so I'm using my iPhone to record my computer screen because I'm super awesome and resourceful, right? So here it is. Here's our website. Here's my website. I'm going to click on join. It's going to go to our compensation plan. So let's talk about what our compensation plan looks like. When you join, you are considered a white presenter. You will make 20%. Look, here's both things. You will make 20% of every sale you make. You officially qualify as a white presenter when you sell $125 in product. That really only means things for people who are pink and above. But that means you're well on your way. You never, ever, ever, ever drop down below white, ever, 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 ever again. This is lifetime. This is once you're a white status presenter from the beginning, you make your 20%. Yellow is one of the hardest and one of the most important positions, in my opinion, to hit. People hit it in as quick as a couple days. Some people take several months. It's very personal. You can take as long as you want to hit yellow. This is not like, oh my gosh, you have to do this in a month or you're not going to hit it. Yellow is a nice little sweet spot. It's funny and ironic because yellow was actually my goal when I started selling Younique, and now I'm purple. It's amazing how that works. This company is freaking awesome and blows my mind. So for yellow, you have to do $1,000 in personal retail sales, and you make once you hit yellow, you make 25% of every sale. That is a really sweet spot. I'm not even joking. Good stuff. So what from there? So then you see these numbers for company wholesale sales and qualified first level presenters. And then you see numbers down here for circle royalties and all that jazz. So, to hit pink, you have to do $250 in personal retail sales. These are your own sales. You have to have $2,000 in company wholesale sales. Company wholesale sales, these are your sales and any of your team members, So if it's you and one other girl together, you have to have $2,000 in wholesale sales. Wholesale sales are 75% of the retail value of our products. So for a $29 mascara, the wholesale value of that is $22.50 or something like that. So $2,000 between you and your team to qualify for pink, and you have to have one qualified first level presenter. That means you have to have at least one presenter who sold $125 worth of product. When you're pink, you make 25% of every sale. These are your instant cash royalties. Sorry for my text message there. These are your instant cash royalties. This is what you make 3 hours after every sale. Your circle royalties, I'm so sorry for the shaking. I'm trying not to shake it. Shaky video, man. Nobody likes it. So 25% every 3 hours after a sale. Circle royalties. For pink and blue, circle royalties are basically the same thing as your company wholesale sales. You will make on the 8th of the following month, you're going to get paid a bonus 3% on your circle royalties. So if your company has done $2,000 in sales, then you will be paid 3% on that $2,000 on the 8th of the following month. So your instant royalties, the 3 hours after every sale, that's these numbers right here where my mouse is. Those are your retail royalties. These numbers down here, you get paid in one lump sum on the 8th of the following month. Right, so that's pink. Blue, you also have to do $250 in personal retail sales. No matter what, you have to hit that. You have to have $4,000 in company wholesale sales. That's you and your entire team working towards that number. And you have to have two qualified first level presenters. So you have to have at least two presenters who've sold $125 or more. At blue, you're making that 25% after every sale, and you will make 4% on your circle sales, which again are the same thing right now as this number right here, the same as your company wholesale sales. Green is a magical place in our company. This is the sweet spot. This is the foundation of our compensation plan and why it works so well. This is beautiful. So when you hit green, you are considered elite. You are considered a leader. You break away from your upline. So whoever you join, you actually break away and form a whole different segment in their back office. You are your own company. It's a highly recognized, highly important position that you reach. And this is a huge jump in pay as well. The pay from blue to green is, the difference is incredible. So for green, you have to do $500 in personal retail sales. You have to do $10,000 in company wholesale sales. Again, this is not just you. This is you and your entire team working to get that $10,000 in wholesale sales. You have to have 3 qualified first level presenters. I hope my child stays happy. You have to have 3 qualified first level presenters. Those are presenters who've sold $125 or more. And then you have to have 2,000 circle wholesale sales. And you're like, what? So here's how this works. Your company is everybody in your downline. That's you and that's everybody in your downline, regardless of anything, regardless of their color rank. That is your company. Your company wholesale sales have to be at least $10,000. But let's say you and your company have one team member who's also green. That means that girl has a team who's done $10,000 in sales. Does that make sense? Your $10,000 in company wholesale sales cannot come just from her. You have to have another $2,000 that come from people on your team who are not green or above. So to help me clarify this, because this is hard to explain without a visual, currently I'm purple. I have 3 green team members underneath me. When I qualify as purple, I have my green team members and all of their numbers are really fantastic and high and great. But outside of those 3 team members and their entire downlines, I have to have $6,000 in sales that come from somewhere else. Whether that's me, whether that's my other team members who are yellow, pink, blue, white. This number has to come from people on your team who are not green or above and not a part of that team. I hope that makes sense. So to recap, green, company wholesale sales, 10,000. Everybody in your downline counts towards this number. However, you also have to have $2,000 counting in that 10,000. You have to have $2,000 that is coming from people who are not green or above, who are from this range right here. Orange, 500 in personal sales, 20,000 in company wholesale sales, 3 qualified first level presenters, and now you have to have 4,000 circle wholesale sales, 4,000 in sales that are coming not from green or above. You also have to have 1 first generation elite. What is a first generation elite? A first generation elite is somebody who joined directly under you who has hit green or above. So like I said, I'm purple and I have 3 elites. That means I have 3 first generation elites. I have 3 girls on my team who have hit this level. Does that make sense? For purple, 500 in personal retail sales, 40,000 in company wholesale sales, 4 qualified first level presenters, $6,000 in circle wholesale sales. So $6,000 that are coming from people who are not green or above, coming from people from down here, and myself. You always count as part of your circle. And 2 first generation elites. For black, you have to have 500 in PRS, 80,000 in company wholesale sales, 4 qualified first level presenters, 10,000 in circle wholesale sales. That means $10,000 of your sales, of your company volume, is coming from non-elites. That means $10,000 of your sales are coming from people who are down in this level, and yourself. That means you're constantly working to help these people be as successful as possible. You don't just get up here and forget about your whites and your yellows and your pink and your blue. I work hard to pay attention to my circle because this number is important. We want as many successful people as possible. And you have to have 4 first generation elites. So you have to have 4 people who've qualified as green or above. So what do you get at these higher levels? I kind of just went through them quickly. You get 30% on your personal retail sales. You get 5% on your circle royalties. So if you're green, this is your circle. You're going to get 5% on whatever your circle sales are. I'm going to tell you a secret. Most people who hit green, their circle is this number right here or above. So you get 5% on that. You get 3% on any first generation elites you might have. If you have anybody who's green underneath you and you're green, you're going to get 3% on their sales and their company sales. If you're orange, You get 30% of every sale. You get 5% on your circle. You get 5% on your first generation royalties. So you get 5% on your first generation greens or above. And you get 4% on your second generation. Your second generation. So I'm Lauren, and Molly is one of my greens. Molly is elite green. She is my first generation green. Molly has a girl on her team named Kimberly. When Kimberly hits green, she will be my second generation green because she did not join me. She joined Molly. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a family. You have to think of it like a family. I'm Molly's sponsor. I'm like her mom. I am Kimberly's grand sponsor. So she is my second generation, right? And then let's say Kimberly has Hannah on her team. Hannah will be my third generation. So I am Hannah's great grand sponsor. Does this make sense? It sounds a lot more involved and complicated than it is. When you're in the middle of it and you're hanging out here, it makes a lot more sense. So 30% on your sales, that orange, 5% on my circle, that's everybody, including myself, and everybody on my team who is white through blue. 3% on first generation, anybody who's personally joined me, who has hit green in their companies. 4% on my second generation. And that's, you know, anybody who I'm their great grand sponsor. Purple, 30% on your sales, 6% on your circle royalties. You get a raise here. That's myself and anybody who is white through blue. 3% on my first gen, 4% on my second gen. Black is the big time. 30% on your retail, 6% on your circle, 3% on your first gen. I'm trying to rush because my baby's getting fussy. 4% on your second gen. You're their great grand sponsor. You're making 4% on them. And third generation, you're their great grand sponsor. If they hit green, you make 5% on them. Does this make sense? And these generations, these are all elites. These royalties come from people who are green or above. All right, I've got to go because my baby's crying. I hope this makes sense. I promise you, as you work through it, it becomes abundantly clear, and it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. All right, bye.